Hey everyone, BNSF 9382 here with the long-awaited update. Had some family in town and had some other things going on, so progress was delayed, and finally spent the last few days getting some things done around the layout, and we'll do a quick overview and show you what I got done. First off, my brother was in town, spent a few days, stayed with me here at the house, and he's an electrician, so he got most of my electrical issues that I had previously unscrewed and all cleaned up. So big thanks to my brother for spending his vacation time working on my house and getting my electrical stuff up to speed. One thing that he did do for me was underneath the layout, up here on the top, we have right above the layout in the garage, all the outlets are like 4 feet high, so kind of a pain in the butt to use that over the layout. So basically what we did was we moved a 2-gang receptacle down here below the benchwork, so much easier. I can plug my power strips into and whatever and keep it out of the way. So that's the first thing we got done. One of the other things I've been working on and basically got built was my Pike Stuff Contractor building. Basically, I had never assembled one of these before, so I ordered this, got it the other day, and got it all painted up and assembled. So went together fairly well. I painted it a darker blue. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know why these don't come with windows, but I have to put something in there for put some clear stuff in there for the windows, so get those covered up. But I think it looks pretty good. I like the nice dark blue. I got the two big bay doors in the front, and I put the third bay door around on the back side. So we'll figure out a place to put that on the layout when the time comes. I think that turned out pretty nice. Anyway, I'll probably be getting some more of those. They're pretty easy to assemble and nice quality, nice and sturdy. So anyway, that's the first thing I got done. The next project and thing I'm working on is this. Don't really have a set track plan yet on where this is going to go, but it's H.O. City Viaduct double track by Micro Engineering. Basically, I assembled it in a straight section. Pretty crazy as far as the assembly goes. You got to really read the instructions very carefully and know exactly what you're doing before you start gluing things up. Because if you don't, then you end up assembling and your girders, your cross supports don't line up. So make sure if you're building one of these kits, be very careful and read the instructions. So all your cross beams here, supports will all line up. Anyway, I think it turned out pretty good. The top will obviously be covered with track and other things once I get it installed, but nice little kit. I assembled most of it before I painted it, and I just sprayed it, airbrushed it with some grimy black. So obviously that'll need some weathering and get some rust and stuff on it at some point. But anyway, we'll have to find a place on the layout for that. I've always liked this design, the detail on it, so we'll find a place to put that. Okay, now on to the engine house. I finally got track and power to the engine house. It's been a long time coming, but basically the half-inch foam that I have, I cut that out so I could recess the engine house into the foam. Then I needed to adjust the elevation once I put the cork in here to bring everything up so the tracks line up going in and out of the diesel house. But anyway, I got power to the diesel house, and I got the 3 tracks coming out. The 3 tracks basically come straight up to where the lift out is, the lift up. You cross into the lift up portion, come into the Shihara 3-way switch, which those switches are kind of finicky. I really don't like them, but Pico doesn't make a 3-way that I'm aware of, so we had to go with this brand of switch, but works pretty good. So far so good. I have to get some ground throws on here. Anyway, that crosses over the lift up, and we've got a new inner loop here. Basically, I've got 3 curves back here now. In the previous video, I only had the 1 outside curve laid. Now I've got a 30-inch, a 27, and a 24-inch radius here. Basically, this switch, this turnout going to the right, is my engine service track that leads around to the 3-way switch and leads into the diesel house. I also added this crossover in the area of the lift up. I realized that this was one of the few straight areas that I had, at least on this end of the bench work, so I added from this main outline that I had before, main line, I added a crossover in here, 2 re-railers, derailleurs, and another crossover on this side. And again, all the things on the lift up work. I've gotten really good, I think, at lining up this track and making them so they're nice. This is the last one I did. Finished this one last night. This one is smoother than some of the turnouts that I have. One of the secrets that I finally learned, one of the tips, is to use a rail joiner. Once you get your slide a rail joiner on to the stationary track rail first, and then once the rail joiner's on there, slide it back over the joining rail, and that rail joiner just makes it line up perfectly. Now with the rail joiner in place, I took a little thin sheet of styrene and stuck it in there to maintain the gap. Then I soldered this end of this track. So the styrene spacer gave me a good space, and the rail joiner kept it nice and flat. So anyway, after doing about 10 of these, I think I kind of figured out the secret. So, but anyway, that's about it for now. We got the 3 tracks coming out of the diesel house. This turnout here is eventually going to feed track and come around to the inside of the diesel house, and I'm going to try to get a couple of tracks to this fueling point somewhere in this area. I don't know how that's going to work out yet. Most of this area is going to be paved concrete at some point, so I'm not too worried about the nails and then the finish of the track. So most of this will be paved. I think I'll put some type of parking lot in here. That's not going to go here. But I think this is going to be just enough room to have a parking lot with maybe some guardrails around it or something like that. So, but eventually we're going to have lights in the diesel house and on the outside, lighting everything up. But a big update here is just the 3 tracks going into the diesel house. The 3-way switch on the crossover, and the 3 30-inch, 27-inch, and 24-inch radius curves that I have back here. But that's it. This inner loop, I just have a temporary track run. Nothing else has been road bedded or finalized as far as position. So this is, again, the main focus of effort is this end of the workbench. So pretty much made a little bit of progress. At least I can park my locos in the engine diesel house now. So, but that's kind of the update for now. Real quick, we'll lift up this and show you what kind of wiring I have underneath. Basically, the black and red wires from the bottom run the main power from the bus underneath the rest of the bench work. And basically, I've got on this side all this wiring up here. Focus. Just comes down underneath. And I got these Radio Shack barrier strips with the jumper on the bottom. And then all the red wires are for my outside rail, and the black wires are for the inside rail. And the 3-way switch, you got it powered at one end at the beginning of the switch, and then I have it powered on each of the 3 legs that come off the switch. And on the other side as well, I have power on the far side of the switches, and then power on the other side, both sides of the turnouts, so everything is powered. But that's it as far as wiring underneath. Kind of got that cleaned up a little bit. And again, you can see I have power on this side of this turnout and power on this side of this turnout. So both sides, there's power to both sides of the turnouts. And these are Pico Insul Frogs. So again, you have to supply power to them as the insulator here breaks the power. So got power drops on either side. And the same thing here. Power on either side of the turnout. So more power on this side, power on this side, and then I have power to each of these tracks that run into the diesel house. The cork I used was I got this at Lowe's. It's a couple of $6-7 for four pieces, and instead of using road bed to do all that crap, I just used those pieces of cork, trimmed them down. They line up pretty good as far as the height. Just glued down with Elmer's glue and pin it down and put some weight on it. If you lay this cork, you want to put some weight on it, put some telephone books or something on it to weight it down, because it tends to want to curl up. But Again, most of this outside, out in the front of the diesel house is going to be paved. So the cork, it'll all be covered up with scenery or whatever the case. So anyway, let me know what you think. Ideas, comments, recommendations. I guess that's about it for now.